Welcome to the June 19th edition of Over and Out. With me is Ahmed Khwaja in Dubai. I'm from Dallas, Texas, but currently en route. So two great games to start off the Super 8. Let's start with the England game first, because that was clearly two big teams. And we discussed this in the preview of the Super 8s, how England are rounding into form. And sure enough, an emphatic victory by England over the West Indies. Phil Salt, who has been playing PSL since 2018, actually, really set the tone with an amazing performance. And again, another point we talked about in the preview, you can see higher run scores in now that the tournament has moved away from the US. Your thoughts on that England-West Indies game?
Yeah, really good wicket in St. Lucia. And Mark Wood was off his A game. He went for quite a few runs here. I thought the England bowling, Adil Rashid and Jofra Archer, did a fantastic job, especially Jofra in the second half of his spell. Adil Rashid bowled beautifully. I think he was 1 for 21 on the day. And Moeen Ali proved to be slightly expensive. Liam Livingston proved to be slightly expensive. So the vulnerabilities of the England bowling attack were clearly there to see. But I think a poor innings coming in from Johnson Charles and Nicholas Pooran. They played run-a-ball cricket rather than really look to express themselves. That has been a bit of a concern with the West Indies batting order, that they didn't really have somebody to anchor the innings. But you need one guy to do that, not two. So Nicholas Pooran couldn't quite get going when they really wanted him to launch. Rovman Powell played a fantastic knock. Overall, I thought a score of 180 was just about par. It looked like a very, very good wicket to bat on, especially under the lights. And of course, when England lost Josh Butler early, there was a bit of a wobble, but then Phil Salt and Johnny Bairstow played an absolute blinder. He was the only batter out of both sides who just came in and started smashing the ball right from ball one. And in the end, they won with two and a half overs to spare. So a statement win there for the English.
That's what was most impressive, is they chased it down inside of under 18 overs. And you know, the West Indies, their inning construction, there was a lot of 115 to 120 strike rates, but nobody, the one person who took it into the 180 plus strike rate. Even Brendan King, before he got injured, 23 of 13, so gave them a good platform. And obviously Rovman Powell. I think England probably will almost certainly come out of that group. The question is, does South Africa join them, or will it be the West Indies to sort of rebound? Let's talk about South Africa. Quinton de Kock, an amazing start. He really set the tone for them, 74 of 40. And then they pieced together enough runs that 194 was just too much of a mountain for the US to climb, although they battled valiantly. I think Gous is now the leading run scorer in the World Cup, but just too much for them to overcome for the US, but a valiant effort nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely. They gave it their all. They needed a quick start. They needed Stephen Taylor to get a big innings, but Andries Gous managed that. Aaron Jones departing for a 4-ball duck of Keshav Maharaj. That was the major blow, of course, to the American batting lineup, but of course, no Monang Patel. So there was a major shuffle. We saw Shayan Jahangir opening the innings in the previous batch. He came in at 6. He couldn't quite deliver, but I did like the balance of the South African squad. They've got Tabraiz Shamsi in instead of Otniel Bartman, who's very unlucky to miss out. But I do like this combination of two spinners, one a wrist spinner, one Keshav Maharaj, and then you have the three seamers. It puts a lot of pressure on the fast bowling for sure. Marco Jansen was not quite on his A game today, so that is a bit of a vulnerable point. They'll need to address that as they progress throughout the tournament. But Quinton de Kock finding his form, Reza Hendricks missed out, but Aiden Markram as well spent some valuable time in the middle. So South Africa, we know they have the firepower, they have the personnel, they have the bowling quality. It's all about putting it together in the pressure games. And at one stage, it did look like that the US had a very decent chance. Harmeet Singh played a fabulous cameo alongside Andries Gous, but it was just too steep a hill to climb with the quality of Nokia and Rabada at the death.
Yeah, Rabada, 4 overs, 18 runs for 3 wickets. So two great games. Another great game today with India, Afghanistan. We'll do it again. Thank you.